I have nothing left.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, you have to be in the pre-show, guys. This the pre-show is,
Ugh.
you know, but what stays off camera stays off camera. It's like Vegas. That's the Vegas part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so welcome to this is Share Beer 320. Uh, and as you can see in the show title, it's American Craft Beer Week. Um,
Yes, it is.
so we'll cover what you're drinking first, and then we'll talk about what they might be doing or that you've heard in your local areas.
Okay.
So what are you drinking, Mark?
Well, my warm-up beer is from Oscar Blues, Pinner Throwback IPA.
Oh, Pinner. Well, I haven't
And it's a
seen that.
5%, I think it is, 4.9%, so lighter ABV, and it's a real light IPA. More a little bit of pine, more pine than citrus. Just real light, a little crisp, really drinkable. Definitely a warm weather IPA.
Yeah,
It's their session IPM, I think.
you're seeing a lot of that right now, right? A
Mm-hmm.
lot of well, you have beers like Nooner,
Mm-hmm.
just a lot of lighter IPAs, man.
Legal. Okay, they always put goofy stuff on the bottom. This was canned on March 10th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow, that is big time Greg approved
Yep.
right there.
Yep. And
There
it
you
says
go, exactly.
legal eyes. So, legal and okay, legal eyes, 2 words instead of legal eyes.
Mm.
So I don't know what they're going for there, but there you go. That's the newest one from Oscar Blues that I've had. And this one brewed in Brevard, North Carolina. So they're in full production in their North Carolina facility. So
Oh, hey, that's cool, man.
yeah, yeah. Well, pretty much everything we get here now is probably from North Carolina.
From North Carolina.
Yeah. But I'll be out in Colorado later on this month, first part of next month. So I'll get some Colorado brewed Oscar Blues.
There you go.
So,
And
yeah,
and,
good beer.
and what are you having, Barrett?
Well, I'm going to go grab me one. I just found two new ones at my ABC Liquor that are local, and I'm going to go grab me a wheat ale.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's like Florida's like the new brew place now. All these new beers coming out.
Yeah, a lot of new. Well, Arizona too, man. There's a lot of stuff coming out of here, man. I do have some local beer innovation news here later. We'll cover. I've been talking a lot about like God, what's new? Like everything's getting a little stale with beer. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing. Okay, yeah, you got a new this or a new that, or you're bringing back this style or that style, but some new innovation in beer, man. Come on, and this is a fresh idea. We're going to talk about it later.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have, Barrett?
Okay, this is St. Pete Brewery, Orange Wheat, and it is 4.7.
Wow. Okay.
And the other one I got was from St. Pete too. I'll open up that later, but I don't know. We'll try it out.
Cool. Orange wheat.
I haven't had a
That's
wheat
good,
beer in a
actually.
while. I need to get some wheat beers again. I haven't.
Yeah. I mean, you're in summer now. I mean, wheat beers, lighter wheat beers, are just for enjoying. Yeah, that's the way to go. I have no problem drinking a big imperial stout or something with a big meal in the summer. But for just like lawnmower beer type stuff.
Right.
Lighter beer, refreshing, not too heavy. If you're having a beer while you're working in the yard or working on the car, you just want something that's low in the ABV but refreshing.
Well, I'll tell you what. I put it in the freezer because I bought it warm, and
It's solid.
Oh,
It's like a
a beer slushy.
beer
Ugh.
slushy.
yeah,
Ugh.
a beer sickle.
Ugh. Yeah.
4.5 or whatever. It doesn't take. It's gonna freeze a little easier.
You just managed to change that whole beer.
Yep.
Well, I'll wait till the ice dies down and give it my review. But right now it tastes pretty light. It might be because I'm drinking the ice. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell now because
Mhm.
it might be kind of watered down now when it.
So is it brewed with real orange juice or is it orange flavoring? I don't know.
I'm gonna have to grab my wife's glasses. No, here's glasses right here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. It is brewed with orange peel and coriander.
Okay.
Yeah,
Orange
that
peel and
makes.
coriander. Okay, so it's kind of like it's probably their take on a Belgian wit beer, which a lot of times has the orange peel and coriander in it.
Yeah, 4.7.
Okay. That's,
It's a wonderful American wheat beer with a crisp hint of orange peel and coriander seed. Whether you're on a boat, at the beach, or just enjoying the beautiful Florida weather, it's your go-to beer.
hmm.
Cool. And where at in Florida? Is that from?
St. Pete. St. Pete.
St. Pete. Okay, okay.
Well, that's the name of the brewing company. I imagine that's where it's from. What you eating, Joe?
I am finishing up a big salad, man. I wake up like starving, so
You got the big salad.
the big salad, yeah.
Joe had to have the big
The
salad.
big salad.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Just like Elaine, man, have to have a big salad.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and I, you know, I don't know if you guys do this or not, but see, like I have all my ingredients already chopped up.
Yep.
So, like I just, and I even have, and then this is the salad that I have, and so I'll just start dumping ingredients in there, and then I've got my little cherry
Yep.
tomatoes in there. But that's what I do, and it does take a couple hours, but you buy everything and then you chop it up, and you're more likely you have it all ready to go for the whole week, and you're more likely to stay on track, man, when you do that.
Yep. Yep. Take the time at the front, prep it, put it in the little, Tupperware containers or whatever, and then that'll last 4 or 5 days, no problem. Keep it cold. So you just, enjoy a beer, chop up your veggies, put them in the containers, and then when you come home the next day, you just open up the containers, and in 5 minutes you got a salad.
And what's great about it is, a lot of times during the week, I want a quick protein. I'll have, chicken, or I'll fry a steak or something, because I don't have a grill or anything here at the hotel, so I still have to fry everything. So, but what's nice is I have fresh bell pepper I can throw in there, you know what I'm saying? I can have peppers and onions, so I have things that go with other stuff too, ready to go. They're chopped up. So bell peppers, I always have bell peppers. I always have red, green, yellow, orange. I always have a white or a yellow onion chopped up. I usually have a couple bundles of green onion chopped up. You name it. I have all kinds of stuff. Like I said, it takes a couple hours. I do all that on Sunday. And like you say, you have a few beers, but that kind of helps during the week because I get super busy. I don't have time for anything else, and so it helps.
Can I ask you guys a quick question about our YouTube?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I finally my videos have been monetized forever, but I didn't take the next step and hook up with. There's just people you have to hook up with in order to actually get paid, and I actually hooked up with them. So now tomorrow my video will have over $100. I've been averaging anywhere from $6 to $12 a day on the video.
Wow, sweet. That's nice.
And so tomorrow, it's right now at $99.60.
Okay.
Because I just got it figured out how to do this. But is there something I have to do for them to actually send me a check?
You have to set up payment, and they do it electronically, and they'll deposit it into your bank account. I think that's the way how to do. So you have to go in and set up, like checking account, savings account, give them the the
I do
account and routing number.
the YouTube, or do I do it to this other Google thing I had to sign up? I forget what it was called, but when I signed up with them, now all of a sudden,
AdSense or
Yeah,
AdWords or
yeah,
whatever.
that's it.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, AdSense. You have to do
You
AdSense.
do it through there. You do it through AdSense. They're like the portal for the payments.
Okay, so I go on there and somehow put my routing number and all that stuff.
Yeah, and then you've got to fill out the tax form too for the 1099 that they'll send you at the end of the year probably. You know,
Okay.
if you earn more than what is it, $200 or something like, which you will probably. You know, your video you'll probably get a few $100 off this video. It's gonna be sweet.
And if I'd have did this at the beginning, which I thought I was, I would have. I figured out I've already probably had about $400.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, in the last week, I've made nearly 100, and it's been out there for nearly 2 months.
Wow.
And this is a sucky video. I have people watch this show, watch my video because they hear me talk about it, you know, and I don't want you to think it's a great. If you pull up,
it's just it's a general video of Bike Week. There's nothing spectacular about it. There's nothing terrible about it. It's just like guy walking around with a camera filming stuff.
That's what I did, you know.
Hey,
and like I say, in 2012 I did it. I got 150 views.
Yeah. It all depends who watches it and where they
really, it really does, and it's just like photography, bro. My first published photo, you'd look at it and go, "What's great about that?" I mean, but that's the one they wanted. Like, it's weird. It's you're like, okay.
I've got well over 250,000 views on it right now.
Jeez, that's amazing. Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out who linked to it or who did it that got it going. I mean, I don't know if there's a way to backtrack, but
I can't I can't emphasize this enough, man. Like, you want to keep that momentum going, so you want to try to find something else that you can post to keep those people that are coming clicking on something else. You know, you really do, because
I just kind of do what, if I make a beer, I'll do it, and I basically do it for myself, and I say, hey, like my brother Jeff. Here, Jeff, you want to see what Bike Week was like that day we were there? Or you want to see how to make a beer, how I make a beer, Joe? Go here, I'm not been going for any masses. It just happened. And I, like about 5 days ago, it was starting to go down, and somebody shared the video, and man, it just peaked. I had like almost 9,000 views in a day. Somebody, and I made like $13 that day.
Yeah.
And one day I made $13 on that video. Somebody shared it.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It is, yeah.
So I got to go in there. Anyhow, I'm done with this, but I got to go in there and give them all.
Set up.
Find how to do
tax information and payment information. If you go into AdSense, you just click on payment or something like that.
Yeah.
You just have to, and then they'll send you something to verify the bank account, and then they'll pay it. What do they pay it out? The month after the month that it hits 100. So you'll probably get that check in June, I think, is what they do.
Yeah, I forget how that part works, but
yeah.
I do know it has to hit 100, and then they send it.
I don't know what to do. I mean, to make it keep going, Joe. I don't.
Well, it's like I really don't either.
I used to know, but I don't exist anymore, so it doesn't matter.
You just but honestly, you just keep posting stuff that you don't, like you say, you didn't even know that was interesting.
No, not at all.
If you have that style of video, well, then post something similar to that, and then maybe something opposite of that. So you start to kind of get a feel of what people might be liking. But
like maybe hang around at this biker bar called Earl's. I mean, go take pictures of that and video of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty cool bar, but I can't see how anybody would.
It don't matter. Like, obviously, people are interested in the stuff that you think's mundane. But that's the whole cliche, you know. Someone's trash is another's treasure. But,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's that interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the way YouTube is really blowing up, or has blown up. That's the end of my salad. But the way that it is blown up, and now, because I find myself doing it. I have it on my TVs, and instead of watching TV, I'll flip on YouTube, man. I start checking out different people's videos, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
it's the perfect little. And like I said, I might only watch a minute or two of your video, but I watched it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like I say, if I see someone and they look kind of stupid or whatever the case may be, man, they appeal for that moment, you know.
Watch it.
You'll watch it, and then you're like, this guy's an idiot. Let me watch another video.
Yep.
This guy's an idiot. You know what I'm saying? By the time you know it, you've watched 4 or 5 of his videos, you know, you're like, this guy's an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care if you think I'm an idiot. I just made 48 cents off of you.
Right. And just like Mayweather, man. You know, Mayweather's like, hate me all you want, but you watch me.
Yeah.
And that's the point. You know, it's like this, man. I honestly think about it. Why would anybody want to watch us do this right now? And there's people watching us, right?
Yeah. Unbelievably, people do watch us.
You know what I'm saying?
One of the mysteries of the universe.
But you know, people find different people interesting. You know, people that you can relate to, people that you know your thought process might be the same in a similar way, or they might secretly hate your ass and just think, boy, this guy's an idiot. Let me watch him some more. Oh, this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I hate him so much I can't stop watching him.
Right. Yeah, like they just can't stop. You know, so either way, man, great. You know,
this beer is a really nice lawnmower beer.
Cool.
So it didn't get flat on you with all that ice?
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes good.
All right. I'm on to beer number 2.
Yeah. What are you having now?
I am having. I've had it a bunch, but it's not an Untapped, so it's going to be a new beer for me as far as Untapped is concerned. Sweetwater Georgia Brown.
Ooh,
Brown
man.
Ale.
You haven't had that before?
Oh, I've had it like 25 times. I've just never logged it in Untapped.
Oh.
It says smoother than a Bill Clinton apology.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think that's one of the beers that you've given me.
Oh yeah, it was. I've just never logged it. So, but as far as Untapped's concerned, they don't know that I've had it.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Once a month for the last 5 years.
Well, in reality, you really haven't had that beer then.
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't. If it's not an Untapped, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen, man. Yeah. If it's not logged on Untapped and you don't have a badge for it, it just didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
It
didn't happen. All right. So I got to take a picture because I'll probably get a badge for All right. So.
Yeah, domestic brew.
I don't know what it is.
What do they call it? Yeah.
If you guys get a chance, this tastes a lot like Blue Moon.
Okay. So
okay, I got
you. A lot like a Blue Moon.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Very similar.
God, I can't. Man, Blue Moon. Wow.
Ooh.
You know what? I saw Coors getting on that same summertime beer theme.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like lemonade and beer is the big thing now, right?
Oh yeah.
Like I saw Coors, regular Coors, gold Coors, that was mixed with lemonade. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
What do they call it?
I even forget. It was Sunsplash Coors or something. When I was at the grocery store yesterday, right? Yeah, yesterday. So, but when I was there, I saw that at the end of all the macro stuff, at the very end, they had 12 packs of this stuff stood up tall, so they were really thin. In the case there, and so you barely noticed it. And I was like, oh, I was so tempted to get it, and I was like, man, I don't want a whole 12 pack. You know what I'm saying? But So I'm going to keep my eye out for that. And then someone else on Google Plus was asking me if I had. There's a macro beer, Mexican-ish beer that they're mixing with tequila. And
Oh.
Who is that?
it was. Let me see who it was again.
I seen that. I seen that today. It had a picture of a skull.
Right. Yep.
That's it's not a true Mexican beer. I saw that in the store. It's brewed by somebody in Texas or something, and they use tequila. They age it in tequila staves or something in it.
Yeah.
I had never seen that before, and actually saw it in a Publix. I don't know if you guys have Publix, but I mean it was like a regular old grocery store, and I'd never seen it before, and I said, "Wow, it looks cool."
Yeah. And he was asking me if I had it, and then when I went to the grocery store, that's where I seen it too, and I was like, Yeah, it was $7.99 a six.
Okay.
And
it was $9.99 at Publix.
Oh, was it really?
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the Fry's grocery store here. So, which is part of Kroger.
Okay.
And so, what was that?
There's a lot of Krogers in Michigan, but I'm in Florida.
All right. Yeah. Well, there's not a Kroger per se, but Fry's is.
Badge. I got 2 badges. Wait a minute. There's another badge hiding there. Brunettes have more fun.
Oh!
I think that's level 1.
Yeah. What do you have to do to get that one? What is that one?
Of who has more fun, blondes or brunettes? In this case,
so that's browns.
Choose brunettes. Try 5 different brown ales.
Yeah.
So this is only the 5th brown ale I've logged.
Wow.
So I got.
I should have had that badge a long time ago.
Yeah, you just got to log the beers. I drink a lot of brown ales. I just haven't logged a lot of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Like that was a 2 badger.
Oh, see, you got 2 badges out of that. See, you know what's great about Untapped, and for those of you that don't have the Untapped app and you'd like to drink beer, it's just fun. Like a lot, sometimes you find yourself at the bar alone. It's cool, man, because it's just a total beer social app, and it's gotten better over the years. It's gotten really good, and so it's getting better at logging locations and all that sort of stuff. Sending stuff to Facebook and stuff like that if you're into that. And you'll be putting in some stupid beer that you're having, and the next thing you know, you get this silly badge, and before you know it, man, you get really into their badges. You buy into their badges. They give you badges for everything.
I've got 202 badges, 443 unique beers on Untapped. I guess I probably shouldn't say that, but that's over like 5 years. 4 years.
So that's, but...
I think Ruben had like 128 beers that one day. Didn't he say he did all those tasters? He had like 50 beers in one day or something?
That was nuts. Yeah.
No wonder he's going to become a monk.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, no, he... I'm guilty of not logging a lot of beers, so I have to. There's been a lot of times, you knock back one, you may log that one.
Yeah.
Then you're kind of having a good time talking. Can you imagine me talking?
That's exactly. Yeah, talking to people, and then you're like a couple more beers in, and you're like, oh, I forgot to log it.
Yeah,
And then you start talking, and then it's like the next day, and you're like, oh, what did I have?
this past weekend, man, I just said, man, screw it, man, I'm getting out of here, and I started watching ball games, the basketball games with some cats at the bar there, and I got hammered. Wow, it was one of those unintentional. The Miller Lights were $3, 22-ounce pour, and they were getting crushed.
22-ounce pour Miller Lite. So Miller Lite's like what? 4.3, 4.2, 4.3%, something like that. Yeah.
in that ballpark.
Yeah, those go down smooth. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
After you've had one or two plus a little food, yeah. I mean, it's just like drinking water.
well, and that was after your show because I was at Hooters for your show. Mark has a photography show for those who don't know.
Don't talk photography. Barrick's going to leave here if we keep.
Yeah, no, we won't put Barrick to sleep, man. I
No,
promise.
it's all good. I don't mind photography.
But after that show, I had already had a few over there at the Hooters, and I said, let me stop by, this other bar, and I get along with the bartender really good over there, so I stopped in to say hi and stuff, and he just puts me a beer up there right away, so I was like, oh, cool, is this the special? Yeah, Miller Lite, $3. I'm like, oh, man. And then before you know it, these people showed up, and they had a great sense of humor, and next thing you know, man, I was crushing them things, man. It was, I don't even know, And then, you're getting too hammered when you're doing that drunk walk to the bathroom, like, no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait a minute. That's the women's room. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just give me a second.
Yeah,
give me a second.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, then you're really hammered when you're starting to do the lean on the wall. You know what I'm saying? When you got to do the lean on the wall, you're hammered.
Yeah. Lean on the wall.
I joined that Untapped things, but I've never even posted one beer I've done on it. Maybe I should start getting into it, huh?
Yeah, you can set up your own brewery. So set up your own and put all your own beers on there. You can create your own brewery, Barrick's Beer Brewery or whatever, and
it's going to be called Kilted Brewery.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, Kilted. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Hey, let me cover a couple of these questions we had here. Oh, did we even talk about your beer, Mark? How was it?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a
that's
nice
solid brown.
It's a solid brown ale with a little bit of hop. I mean, it's kind of more of a traditional American brown ale, where they add a little bit of hops to it.
Mm-hmm.
Sweetwater tends to be fairly hoppy anyway. I mean, they add hops to just about everything. So the brown ale's got some nice roasty notes, but it does have a decent hop bite at the end.
I'm pretty much a Sweetwater fan myself. I like them.
Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good brewery, man. I would put that. Of course, one of my favorite breweries was Chalmer River in Albuquerque, and I liked Sweetwater too that much. Like they're up there too.
It was good stuff. I had a coworker went to had friends of his that got married at Sweetwater, so they did the reception was at Sweetwater, so all the beer was there, and then before the wedding, they all took the tour.
Oh, that's cool.
And he goes, man, by the time the tour was over, I was kind of hammered, and then the wedding happened, and then the reception.
Yeah, that's great. You know what?
And it's like that's a perfect place to have a wedding.
I've heard of that.
He said there were like 100 people there. They just rented out the room, and they had Sweetwater beer, and that was the beer. And I was like, well, that's a heck of a lot better than having Bud Light or something at your reception.
Yeah. That's kick-ass, man. I like that. Yeah, I have heard of people getting married at breweries, and hey, that'd be kind of cool when Zach has his first wedding there. That'll be kind of cool. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, you know what he could do? See, Ruben is going to be a monk, so he'll be able to do weddings. So you get Ruben to go out there and do a wedding at Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
He could be like the official brewery monk.
Yeah.
Be right back, guys.
Yeah, that's. I don't know that he kind of wanted that out there.
Sorry. Ignore that comment.
Yeah, that was another one of those pre-show things.
Nobody watches this anyway.
Yeah, nobody watches this anyway. Exactly. Yeah. But that I think that is cool, man. I think that's a great way to And it got me reminded, like my event got canceled yesterday. They canceled on me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were
They
talking about that.
they just they couldn't afford me. I'm I, I'll cut my rate a little bit, give you a little bit of a discount, but I'm not gonna go too far, So
Yeah, no, you don't want to be like, no, no problem. We'll just whatever
mm,
you want to pay me is fine, because
mm,
then and it's just a downward slope.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
no, you have to stick with your rates, man. You really do. So,
Mhm.
if you think your rate's reasonable for your market, you have to stick with your rates. You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah.
can't go cheap, too cheap at least. What I do is tell people my rate, and then I'll give them a discount. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you always want to show even if your rate is high, you're like, okay, here's my rate, and for you, I
Mhm.
can give you 20%. You know what I'm saying?
Friends
And
and family discount or whatever.
right,
Yeah.
right. But this is my rate. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so, yeah, I get cancellations. I don't have any problem with that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, it kind
Mhm.
of works out for me too. Um, I was kind of not really wanting to do
Yeah.
it. So,
Well, it's one of those things like, yeah, if you discount it too much, sure you get something for doing it, but it's not worth it at the end of the day. I mean,
right.
there's time, and you could be doing other stuff which is worth something, you know. I
Yeah, well,
mean,
yeah, I was gonna have to, you know, that particular day is pretty much most of my overtime,
oh,
and I
okay.
was I was not gonna work it, so uh,
Oh, yeah.
I
That ends up being pretty expensive if yeah, if you don't get
right,
paid fairly for taking the time.
yeah, between that event and then what I would have got paid on like taking a personal day,
Mm-hmm.
uh, would have made a little more than I would have made working overtime, but now you're talking a lot of work like I'd have had to. Um, you have to process and everything. So
Yep, you got the event, and then you got all the after event stuff, all the behind the scenes stuff that the
right,
people never see. They just
right,
see you show up with your camera, you take a bunch of pictures, and then a week later you're like, "Hey, look at all this," and they're like, "Wow, that's great." They don't realize that it's taking you hours to go through and
right, yeah,
all the list down to the top 25 or 50 and process those and get them to look
yeah,
good, and
yeah.
yeah.
So it's all good. I don't have any problem with people canceling because the budget got tighter, and so hey,
Mm-hmm.
that's absolutely fine, perfectly fine. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Yep. Exactly.
Perfectly fine. So, but getting married at a brewery sounds really cool. Especially if you think you're just gonna have kind of a small wedding. A lot of these craft breweries are kind of small,
Mm-hmm.
and so
Yep.
or small-ish.
Yep.
So, a brewery like that, I'd imagine you could probably have, I don't know, 150 people though.
Oh yeah, they've got a big um, tasting room that could hold, yeah, it could hold 150 people comfortably,
Hmm.
very easily. And then they've got an outdoor patio, so I don't know if they block that off or not, but yeah, they could do that very easily. And I'm sure they probably had some food catered in and that type of stuff. So
So, have you heard about anything that's happening in Atlanta area for Craft Beer Week?
yeah, there's a lot of the beer bars are doing special um, tastings of cask ales and that type of stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, the place I go to, the Brickstore Pub down in Decatur, they've got something going on tonight and tomorrow night. Um, kind of rare beers, that type of thing, and I
Mm.
can't get down there on a weeknight. It would be impossible. But
Yeah. School
and
night.
some of the other beer bars are doing that same type of thing. So kind of special tastings and one-offs, kind of rare beers.
Yeah, it's the same thing here too. There's a lot of stuff happening this week. A lot here in the Phoenix area. And yeah, it's school nights for me, man. I absolutely during the week, I honestly don't have time. Just
Yeah,
do not have time
yeah.
to now. And if you are curious about participating in your alone, or you don't have a buddy to go with, a great tool to use for that sort of thing is Meetup. Go to Meetup, sign up there. That's completely free. I am sure there's at least one group in your area that does craft beer, and is having some meetups, because the groups that are here in this area on Meetup are doing some fantastic things this week. Going from brewery to brewery this day, and then on the next day they're going this. We're going to meet up here and here, and they're doing some kick-ass things. And I really wish I could participate. Sometimes I wish I didn't work so much, but
yeah. No, I'm the same way. I mean, the brick store is my favorite beer bar, but most of their stuff is, say, 7 o'clock, 7 to 9 o'clock on a weeknight, and for me to get down there at the end of work, I'd get down there at 7:30, and then it's a little bit of a drive back, and so I really couldn't take advantage of it anyway. So
yeah, and then during the week, like that particular bar, literally I could walk to from here. It's so close. It's so don't be worried about me drinking and driving, because it's literally just the next block. It's
Joe
close.
just drinks and stumbles.
Yeah, it's close. So I'm very fortunate that this if you think about it, like a lot of your areas where there's a lot of bars or a lot of like Hooters and Buffalo Wild Wing type places, there's hotels there, and I'm in one of those type places. There's a lot of hotels here, and so if you're fortunate enough to be in one of those hotels, and a lot of times that's who I meet up with, is other people that are staying in hotels actually, and those places are close. They're that close. So, but it does seem really cool. I keep getting stuff, a lot of emails from those meetup groups. If you're not familiar with meetup.com, and they have a really cool app too. You can meet up for all sorts of stuff. Like if you name it, they have meetups for everything. I mean,
I get emails for all kinds of meetups. That I was like, I don't know if that would be something that a married person would want to go to, kind of meetup thing. Those kind of meetups too.
Yeah.
But I mean, any hobby, anything, any interest. I mean, it's food, wine, theater, music,
right?
Photography. I mean, pretty much any hobby or anything that you're interested in, there's probably a meetup group associated with it, if you're in some kind of metro area at all.
Right. So, if you're watching the show, or you're a spouse or significant other, or someone that's watching the show, and you're rolling your eyes back in the back of your head, this part is because it relates to beer for us, but it relates to everybody really, because if you're into something and you're like, I would go somewhere, and you're not obligated to do anything. Like, there's no pressure to do anything. It's just, hey, we're having this event here, and if you've got time, join us. And it's a lot of fun to meet up with people, and they have the same damn interests you do. They're you with a different face, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a great way to meet like-minded people. So it's easy to build relationships, because if you have something in common, it's a lot easier to get going.
Right.
Did you see the Q&A, Joe? It says,
oh, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Bum says, I ended up with a case of Labatt's Power Play Lager. That must be a hockey theme that I really didn't want, and now I'm forcing it down. God, this beer tastes like crap.
Yeah. See, that's one of those.
Supporting Craft Beer Week, Bum. Thank you.
Yeah, that's see, and you get those, and but the beautiful thing about craft beer is you don't know that you're going to get that till you try it.
Except it's Labatt's. I don't know. Does that qualify as craft? It's Canadian, I guess. I don't know.
That's
Bud Miller Coors. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Canadian piss beer.
Yeah, that's macro for sure, man. That's actually, Bum, that one's on you.
Yeah. whole case.
You
So
do
let's
better.
see.
Yeah, and he got a case of it too, man.
He's
Oh.
like, I probably paid like $16.99 for this case of beer. I can't just toss it. I gotta drink it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Obligation.
Yeah, and see, it's because of those beers that we have those micheladas, or what do you call them? You start mixing crap with it because you're like, anything's got to be better than what the hell this is. You're like, okay, let's throw
see,
some
I got some
tomatoes
beef
in this.
stew. I'll mix it with this lager.
What can I marinate with this junk? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Something's got to be done with this.
We're doing a beer can chicken times 24.
Exactly. Yeah. We're gonna have 24. Yeah, because yeah, that's
My next
yeah.
beer, guys.
So what do you have now?
St. Pete Brewery Milo's IPA.
Ooh, okay. Is it a session IPA?
Milo's. Yeah.
7%.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hold on just a second. It is done with 3 hops, and they are Northern Brewery, Brewer, and Chinook and Columbus.
Okay.
I gotta tell you guys, though, I'm kind of getting spoiled on the Citra hop because that's so light and grapefruity and good, I'm having a hard time with. I mean, it's an IPA and it's a really good IPA, but it's kind of a heavy. You can see the color of it. It's dark.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Fairly
Almost
dark.
copper colored. Yeah.
And it's certainly not. I don't know. Not citrusy. Anyway, it's more malty than it is hoppy. It's very bitter on the back end.
Okay.
There's not a lot in the nose, If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I posted. I'm gonna cover some of these articles that I have really.
Yes.
They're pretty interesting. In the comments for the Share Beer 320, I put a link to this first one here. That way, everyone else can kind of see it too. But this is the hop extracts are now available at Amazon.com. So, let's see. It says there's a catch. 8-ounce bottles cost $70 or more and are intended to dose 50 to 75 barrels.
Wow.
Oh.
But it looks like this might be the beginning of, they already have lots of different little things for home brewers to buy. But the extracts, I don't know that they have had extracts. Have they on Amazon? Do you know, Barrett?
Hop extract? Joe, is you saying hop extract?
Yes, hop extract.
I've not seen it. I've seen hop tablets.
Yeah.
Whole leaf, but I've never seen it or even heard of it.
Yeah, this is hop extract. In the picture that they are showing here, let me see if I can go to it with the share screen here.
Yeah, put it up there. I want to see what it looks like.
But can you see this? They have the Bitter Blaster, the Witty Fusion, Hop Fanatic, Headmaster. You have to giggle for that one. And then what is this?
You gotta love a girl who loves that one.
Yeah, exactly. What is this? Trop or hop?
Trop hopical?
Hopical? Yeah, trop hopical. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So 50. They say 50 to 70 barrels.
Yeah. So they say that's 1,500 to 2,300 gallons.
Wow. That's 70. Huh. So how much do you pay for hops for a typical batch, Barrick? What do you pay? What's your cost for hops?
I put a lot of hops in my beer. I'm putting shit. Let me think. About $12 worth of hops.
Okay.
5-gallon batch. But I put a lot of hops in.
Yeah. So I wonder how this. Be sure
And
to
then
check out the dosing manual. I wonder what that is. Yeah.
what's cool is they have this old, looks like an ad or something, because they say hop extracts are not exactly new. The New York Hop Extract Company built the first extraction plant in the world large enough to produce quantities sufficient to supply brewers in 1870.
Hmm.
I guess it's not a new thing.
No.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Joe. Sorry, I'm not trying to crash the party, but I had a little. This is Jeff from NEBR, New England Beer Review.
Hey, Jeff.
Two of my favorite photographers.
Oh, right on. Thank you.
I just thought I'd poke my head in because I had a little note on my Google Hangouts that said join the Hangouts. Said, hey, why the hell not?
Yeah, thank you.
I know you guys have been going on for about a half hour, so I'm not going to interrupt your train of thought, but I am drinking, of course, a New England beer. This is from Maine, Bissell Brothers, and this is The Substance. So anyway.
Substance? And what is that?
It's actually an American pale ale, but it's really hopped up. It's almost like a double IPA. It's really good. You can't get it anywhere but Maine.
Okay. And it looks like a 16-ounce can?
Yeah.
It is. 16-ounce can. Alcohol is around 6, I think.
Okay.
Somewhere in that ballpark. 6.6%. So I don't want to disrupt your party.
No.
I had it once or twice before, but I was looking on my Google Hangouts. Said, "Hey, join the Hangouts." I said, "Okay, why not?" I'm drinking beer tonight. I'll join a couple of my favorite photographers, and just listen to you guys chat, and maybe add my 2 cents from time to time if you're still going on.
Well, we've only got a few minutes here, so I'm going to cover a couple more of these other articles. So that one, Amazon is dealing in hop extracts now for home brewers. Man, that's kind of a major. You'd have to be a little bit better than a home brewer, no?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of doses there, the way they call it.
I think Barrick, I think you should make a beer. We'll chip in, we'll buy you 1 bottle of extract. And you add that whole bottle to a 5-gallon batch. And see what it tastes like.
How much was it?
$70.
Wow.
But if you're paying $12 a batch, you're getting like 6 batches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just would just be a matter of getting used to it, and if you like that particular flavor, and I've learned how to get what I put in. I can hear a lot of echo now.
Yeah,
I can hear a lot of echo.
You get if he could get
Yeah, I think Jeff is.
Yeah, just mute.
Back there,
Yeah.
And tell him when he wants to talk, just go ahead and unmute himself.
Right. Yeah, that'll work perfect. But here's another. Yeah, I've been talking this whole year so far, actually, just about new innovations. We need something fresh, and there's going to be some new ideas because there's too much stuff happening out there in craft beer. I put my next link in there. This might be the final thing we can talk about that we have time for. And it happens to be right here in Phoenix. These new, what they're calling Phoenix Beer Entrepreneurs Kickstart new brewery model. And I really, really dig this idea. They've got a picture. Let me share the screen here. There we are. Share. Okay, so let me go. This is the wrong one. So you can see here, it's called the Hop Shop, I can't wait to go to this place. The idea of it is that you, as a home brewer, can go to this brewery or this bar, and they have things set up so you can brew your beer there and sell it. So you can brew 5-gallon batches of beer and sell it there.
Oh, okay, cool.
How cool is that? Is that what do you think about that kind of innovation?
I think that's awesome because that's almost like going to the flea market and setting up your table and selling whatever you got. You know.
There you go.
So you brew a 5-gallon batch of beer, you sell it. If people like it, then you know that you've got. And if people like gag and choke and pass out and die, then you know you probably want to change your recipe.
Yeah.
Here in New Hampshire, we've seen a big increase in these nano breweries, and they're actually, the state law just changed last year to allow the local brewers to sell beer at farmers markets. So you can actually do tastings at farmers markets of all places.
Oh,
Wow,
cool.
pretty cool.
That makes
Yeah.
sense, actually.
And more and more of these breweries, they're doing the small breweries. They changed the laws last year to allow for distribution by the brewery. So a lot of these guys just sell to certain stores they want to sell to, and it's really kind of a growing field here in New Hampshire.
Yeah, that's cool. But this here is a whole different, completely new model, and I really dig that. Given people like Barrick that brew beer a lot and are pretty good at it, giving them a chance to get your feet wet at it, man. Here you go. Here's without all that overhead and the stuff that we've seen Zach go through trying to start his brewery.
Yeah.
You know, so you can go there, and I don't know what their process is, but it'll be interesting to go down to this place and check it out now that I know about it. But and they do have another package, like it's some sort of, like if you're really good at it, I think you can. Okay, and they do have a Kickstarter.
Okay.
But I remember seeing something about like you can get something bigger than just a 5-gallon batch if you want. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say you are pretty good at it and you do start to get a little popular in there. Maybe you want to make more than just 5 gallons. So they have another deal for you. But I thought that was really that's a clever, smart, new, fresh craft beer idea right there.
Oh yeah, yes. It gives homebrewers a way to sell their beer, and if people are paying money for it and they like it, and they come back and they pay more money for it, then it's probably good.
Hell yeah! If there was somebody local that did that, man, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I've never had anybody try my beer who didn't like it. So, it'd be, man, hell yeah, I'd do that.
Right. I mean, that would be your new favorite hangout, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's. I always thought, it would be cool to have. You meet like a flea market. Mark had a really good analogy. It's like a flea market, kind of. I would think, right? Like you walk in and it's a bunch of people that make beers, and you can sample that batch.
Here in New Hampshire, we have the annual New Hampshire Home Brewers Jamboree. Happens every September. Home brewers from all over New England get together to. In fact, I've done a couple of sort of stories on my YouTube page where they get together and they let people try their beers. They're judged. They have various judges from a variety of levels of capacity who check out all their beers, and they set up tables. And it's a great day. It's usually a full weekend, generally in September. And I think last year we had brewers from all 6 New England states, and probably they had 15, 20 tables there. It was really good event. If you like home brew, and some of these guys are so good. If you like home brew, it's really a really good event to get to if you ever happen to be in New Hampshire that particular weekend in September.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you do see those type of contests, and you're right, Jeff. Those contests are a lot of fun. They're a way to try different Well, they're a lot like a food contest, really, right? Like you see a lot of rib contests and such like that. People that are really good in their own backyard on their own smokers and grills, and they have a chance to get out there and be judged and let people sample their meat. Here, suck this meat off the bone, baby. Hey, you knew there had to be some of that, right?
I know. I was just thinking.
Off the road. The bus is going off the road into the canyon. Save yourselves! Save yourselves!
Yeah. Yeah, just right off the rails. Yeah, and then we also, I think we're a minute too late, but we have to throw Lime Marita in there. So.
Margarita, yep.
Believe it or not, I actually drank the cranberry Bud Lime Cran Burrito tonight. I don't know why. It's cheap and I hadn't had it yet.
Yeah, see, and what are your thoughts, man? Best thing you've ever put in your mouth?
It tasted like cranberry juice.
Yeah,
It looked like cranberry juice, smelled like cranberry juice, and tasted like cranberry juice.
Was it really sweet?
There you go.
It
was.
Yeah.
And it does manage to have that little bitterness to it. Like that's one of the not the better ones, really. It's not. I think that new one, the Lemonade Rita, is
I haven't had that one yet.
I think that's the best one so far. But
I liked it. I'm not going to say, as far as those kind of beers go, I liked it, but it's not something I would go out of my way to get. It was one of those beers that was cheap enough. Happened to be in a store picking up some beer, said, "Oh, why the hell not?" So I grabbed it and took it home, and I hadn't rated it yet on the beer sites I go to, so I said, "Why not?" I mean, that's really why I bought it.
Well, Rita Nation welcomes you, Jeff. Thanks a lot for the raving review there on and you don't necessarily have.
I gave it a 2.
You don't.
Hey, it's better than a 1. Come on.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to have premium beverages.
You're right.
All the time.
You're right.
It is a premium beverage, so those are for special occasions.
Holidays.
Yeah, holidays and such. Yeah.
100th birthday, birth of a child, that type of stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
So real quick here before we have to go, I was super excited to see that for 2 reasons. One, because it's a new, fresh idea, and this is the beginning. Like, we're going to see a lot more new business models, new innovations, because there's a lot of smart people coming in with all sorts of different ideas and getting interested in beer. And these 2 guys have a business background, actually. So
yeah. I don't want to drag this out because I came in at the end of your show, but here in New Hampshire they changed the laws a couple of years ago to allow these nano breweries that brew 2,000 barrels or less. They do self-distribution. They get cheaper rates for their licensing. So we're really seeing kind of a renaissance here in New Hampshire. I think we're seeing another couple of breweries opening this year, and we've seen something like almost, I'd say 20 or so open in the last 18 months simply because of the changes in the laws, because they can't distribute outside of New Hampshire, but they can distribute personally to local beer stores. They can sell it at farmers markets. They can go to individual stores that they want to deal with, and it's really quite. If you ever get a chance to come to New Hampshire, you might find some nice breweries here that you'd be surprised about.
That's good. Yeah, there's a lot of we kind of hit that just a little bit earlier, huh, Mark? There's a lot of, I think a lot of states are seeing, in a lot of metro areas specifically, are seeing a huge growth. One of our good friends of the show here is having, what's his growth happened at 300 and some %? It's just
crazy.
It's crazy. Like the explosion happening in craft beer is amazing. The thirst if you will, right?
Mhm.
For craft beer is amazing. So getting back to this article again, if a guy like Barrick, who brews a lot of his own home brew, can actually get into a place that has a model set up for him, and he can go in there and, hey man, yeah, I'm gonna brew this week. I'm gonna brew this 5-gallon batch, and that's not unreasonable to sell in a weekend, right? So you go there, brew a batch, sell it, and you're like, hey man, that did pretty good, and I think I'm gonna go brew this one next week, and maybe I'll upgrade and brew a bigger batch. I mean, it's just so cool, so cool. So and I really look forward to. We are seeing a lot of growth with small craft breweries, and they wouldn't start if they didn't necessarily have something that's good. But for your average home brewer to go to a place and brew some beer is flipping interesting to me, man. That's exciting stuff. That's new, fresh, exciting.
It could be the way that they can actually get their beer out in front of other people other than friends and family who are generally going to be like, hey, this is pretty good stuff. But if you just like sell it to Joe beer drinker that comes in and he likes it, then you know that you're headed in the right direction.
And we've seen people like Sam Adams give other home brewers a chance and actually brew their beer. They've done that now several years. But what about all the other? If there was 100 contestants and only 6 won or 3 won, really, right? Then what happened to all the others? We never get to see the others.
80 out of the 100 that are really close.
And then we do have I'm sorry, Jeff. Well, we have another friend of the show, Skyler, who also brews some good beer and has started a brewery, and is doing very well as well down there in South Texas. So, if you have an opportunity, get to Texas, get to Denver, try these guys out, man.
You ever seen Hopback Nate? He's on YouTube. He started his own brewery.
Oh yeah. No,
I don't know if you've seen him at all. He's local for me. I know him because he's from Massachusetts, but he started his own brewery. We've
spawned 2 craft brewers, 2 nano breweries off this show right here. Actually, AJ is doing one too. We got 3. We have 3 nano breweries off of this show.
Yeah,
that's like one every 100 shows, Joe.
And I think that's right.
Yeah, our seed has spawned more.
Your seed, not mine.
Why do I like watching you guys on Tuesday night? Joe and Mike, I watch you guys on Tuesday night. I joined in tonight for the first time in months, and I'm right in the game. It's really fun.
Hey, tell them, Jeff.
It's the best damn share beer show on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, we're like #1, I think, at that time slot on this day.
Segment. Yes.
Yeah. And the thing of it is, Jeff, if you have enough beer, we get better.
Yes.
I bet. I expect you do.
Especially after Rasburrita. We're like
the more Ritas you have,
we're Emmy winning. We're Emmy award winning.
That's right. So as a matter of fact, get plenty of Ritas for your wives and significant others, and that way we become handsome, okay? And you're drinking plenty of beer, and we sound interesting.
Yes.
Right. So
magical transformation takes place. We become handsome and we sound interesting. That's a lot to ask.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Hey, I'm in the PR field. That's all that matters.
All image.
And that's the key to the success of this show is you keep people hammered. See, keep them hammered, and then they think you're just blabbling knowledge, man. They're like, man, these guys are amazing.
No, I do like to watch your show, and it's like I said, I joined it once or twice in the past, but tonight I just figured I'd pop my head in. And
cool.
I'm glad I did, and like I said, I like both Mark and Joe. You guys are both great photographers, particularly Joe.
Joe is the man.
I had to cold showers after I watched some of your pictures.
Yeah, Joe does the hot chicks.
That's the ultimate compliment. It really is. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
I do old cars. Not too many people need cold showers after seeing old cars. But you know,
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Some people, you know.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. But
Hey, the ones that do, we have to be scared of. Trust me. But those are the ones we have to filter out.
This is live, but we're doing good.
But in any case, Jeff, you watched the show enough. We have to go. We're already 10 minutes into Chicken Wing Tuesday.
yeah, we got a late start.
And-
Chicken wings aren't going to be for like another 10 minutes. But
Oh, okay. But we. All right, Barrick. We'll see you, man. Peace out. Thanks.
take
Nice
care,
to meet
Bert.
you. Nice to meet you.
But very nice. Thanks for jumping in, Jeff. And
Yeah, thank you,
that's
Jeff.
just a reminder to anybody. Hey, man, I think maybe in the history of this show, and we've got 320 shows now, I think we've only had to boot one person.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I mean, literally everybody's welcome, man. You know what I'm saying? You become annoying enough now, well, we will boot you, but we've only really had to do that to one person.
I always focus on New England. That's my NEBR, New England beer. I'll give my plug right here. NEBR, New England beer reviews, and then that's so when I talk, I'll talk about New England beers.
That's
If
good.
if I join you again, I'm sure I will. Maybe someday. I've joined you once or twice.
Join in whenever.
Yeah. Well, whenever you have time, man, we're here on Tuesdays, you know. But I appreciate your support. That we have seen you before. We've heard from you. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. We'll see you guys. Peace out, brother.
Take care,
Take
Joe.
it easy.
Take care, Jeff. See you. Bye.